Hi, my name is Drew. I'm a student pilot, and this is my journey. Come along with me as I finish my flight training in Phoenix, Arizona. All right, this week I'm going to go ahead and cover quite a few weeks. I'm going to cover weeks 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. There has been a lot of waiting around for weather and just a lot happening that I think putting all of these weeks together will just kind of better showcase what's been going on. So we'll jump into it. Week 16, day 1 was New Year's Day. I was scheduled for my long cross-country flight where I have to go to 2 different airports that are over 50 nautical miles apart. This flight was canceled due to weather, but I was able to complete it on day 2. I flew from Falcon to Marana, then to Gila Bend, and then back to Falcon. Day 3 had me started on my last 3 flights with my instructor, brushing up on maneuvers and getting ready for my check ride. After this flight, I did have to do 1 lap in the pattern to reach a minimum for my solo time. Thankfully, I wasn't short on cross-country time, otherwise I would have had to do an entire cross-country flight to an airport that's more than 50 nautical miles away, just to make up, say, 10, 15 minutes, which some students have had to do. Day 4 and 5, I was off and flew with my instructor on day 6 before being off again on day 7. Week 17, day 1 and day 2 of this week I was off, and my last scheduled flight with my instructor for private on day 3. Day 4, I had an oral briefing where we went over some knowledge questions as well as filled out all the paperwork for my check ride before being off for the rest of the week waiting for my end of course. This program puts us through an internal check ride before sending us off to the real one to help us be more successful, and for that I am appreciative of it. Week 18, day 1 started off with my end of course. It models a real check ride, so I was scheduled for an oral then a flight. I unsat the oral on one of the first topics, airworthiness. The whole topic was rough for me, but what ultimately got me was that there are 3 recurring maintenance items on our aircraft that have to be performed at a certain interval. I was able to name 2 of them, but couldn't name or find the 3rd one for the life of me. After I unsat, I elected to continue since I felt more confident in the other areas. Even if you unsat but continue, anything you cover that is satisfactory gets marked off, so you don't have to go over it again when you redo the check. So I figured at least I could knock some things down and have less to study. I ended up passing the rest of the topics, no problem. So I got sent back to my instructor on day 3 to review the topics I missed before being off for the rest of the week. I spent that time studying and reviewing. Week 19, day 3 of this week had me retake my EOC redo. I passed the oral portion but couldn't fly due to weather. And day 4, there was a meeting with another chief pilot who came to talk to us, and that was basically all I had this week. And rolling right into week 20, this was a light week. I was scheduled day 1 and 4 for the EOC flight, but both were canceled due to weather, which is very common this time of year. Thanks a lot for joining me on this journey. I appreciate it, and I hope my main goal out of this entire series is just to, show people that there's other ways to go about getting to the flight deck if that's what your passion is, and I hope that the main takeaway from it is to just follow your dreams.